Hello friends and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, I'm Shauna and I live in Edinburgh and I love second-hand shopping, charity shop buys and even the occasional free thing as well. As you'll see from this video, there is something that I picked up for free, but I'll explain that a little bit later. So I think it's been quite a while since I've done a charity shop haul by itself. I think I did one maybe 2 or 3 videos ago, sort of incorporated in another video, but I've been very diligent. I've been making lists on my phone just so that I don't forget anything that I've been buying, because I think that's the problem when I do sort of charity shop haul videos, is by the end of the month I can't remember what it is that I've bought that month, and then the video's never long enough. But I have a few things today. It's not going to be very long because I have tried to only buy what I feel I need, and a few that is, you'll see when it comes to it, that I just couldn't resist because they were just too good of bargains. So, what should we start with? Okay, you know what, since I'm wearing something, this top, I think it's showing up a lot redder than it is in real life. In real life it's a very bright pink berry colour. I think on the camera when I'm looking at it, it looks very watermelon, but it's not that colour, it's a lot more pink. So this was actually something that my mum found, and she got it for £2 from a local Fife charity shop. And this was really fun because this is not a colour that I would naturally gravitate towards. I think you can see from my house, I love kind of neutrals, but just recently I'm realising that as much as I like neutrals, they don't always necessarily suit me. So I think I'm more of a neutral palette for my house, but I think that, I don't know if this colour in the, that's showing up really suits me, but when she gave it to me I was a little bit like, oh, this is very bright. And when I tried it on I was like, oh, you know what, I actually really like this on. So that was really fun because I never would have picked this up for myself, and it's a very fine merino wool, and it has a lovely crew neck, which I really like, and little cuffs on the sleeves. It's very, very fine, and I don't have a whole lot of merino wool items, but I hear that they're really great because they're lightweight but warm, so I think that would be really great for winter. And I think coming into the kind of wintry season, I think I'll really enjoy wearing a sort of a brighter colour as well. But it was, I think it's from Marks and Spencer's, and it was practically brand new when I got it. The only reason why I'm not saying it was brand new is because it didn't have any tags on it, but the first time I wore it, then it looked a little bit, it doesn't look worn, but you know, like when you get a piece from the shop, it just looks so pristine. It looks like it's been, I don't know, like nobody's had it on. So I was so pleased with this buy, and I'm gonna really enjoy wearing it throughout winter, I think. So that was a great buy, thanks Mum. I'm gonna try and show you maybe a little bit more. It's really simple, but I think it'll be really lovely with, I've been wearing it with kind of cream jeans and a trench coat has been my go-to for this. So that's the first item, and I think in the last video I said that I hadn't really been buying much fashion stuff from the charity shops. I hadn't really seen it, so this is the first one. And then, whenever I'm walking along Leith Walk, there's just so many charity shops, and one of my favourites is, I think it's called Settlement Projects, I think that's what its name is, and it's just filled with furniture, home appliances, homeware, and there's like a section of clothing at the back, books, everything. It's just crammed into this fairly small little shop, and I just couldn't resist popping in when I was walking along to have a little look, and I saw this pair of denim shorts, and this is not really the season to be buying denim shorts because you have a very small window in Scotland to wear denim shorts, and it will be at least a good 10 months, I feel, until I can wear these. But I couldn't resist because they are a pair of Levi 501 denim shorts, and they were in my exact size. So I actually have a pair that are quite similar to these that I bought easily 10 years ago, and I bought them from a charity shop, and I cut them into shorts because the jeans weren't long enough for me. And the only difference, I think it's the exact same size. The only difference is that these have the button close and mine have the zip. So when I saw these just sort of strewn across this, I don't know what it was just kind of on top of teddy bears for some reason. It looked like someone had just tried them on and like dumped them there. There was no price, so I just went up to ask, and the man that was working said that he thought they were £1. So I was so shocked. I was like, £1 for a pair of Levi denim shorts? Are you sure? So I even questioned him, and he was like, yeah, like we have a lot of clothes, just we don't really want this much, so just take it off our hands. So that was a great bargain. I'm not going to show these on because first thing, it's just too cold, but I'm just really pleased with them. They're just a pair of lovely shorts, and I think I'll get a lot of wear of them hopefully next year, or if I do happen to go on any holidays, then that will be getting packed. So I'm very pleased with these. I have no purpose for them at the moment, but just couldn't resist them at that price. Such a bargain. So that was the second piece of clothes that I got recently. And on the same day actually, I love a plaid, a check, a tartan, depending on the tartan. I just really like a patterned, especially when it comes to dresses. I feel like I've maybe worn it a few times in videos in the past. I have a sort of dark plum check dress that I wear all the time, and when I saw this pattern, I just couldn't resist. And it's only from Primark, so it's nothing, it's not like a, you know, their quality isn't going to be the best, but it feels fine. It's a little bit, not fleecy, but it's almost quite, it feels like cotton to me, but I don't think it is. The issue with this one is that it is a size 20, which is a little bit big for me. I would normally be a size 8, or I really like things baggy sometimes, so a 10, but I couldn't resist it. So I have worn this dress once, but I've worn it more as a tunic, so I've had like a polo neck underneath it, and I've had tights and boots. So I'm determined to make this work. This was also £1, by the way. It was the same day I got the shorts, and it's quite a long one for me. Well, not for me, but it's like a midi dress. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. It's got long sleeves as well that are sort of bunched at the end, and a V-neck. I don't know if you can see. I'm doing a really great job at showing these off. And it's sort of gathered a little bit at the waist here on the front, but not on the back, which is a bit odd. But I'm going to take it home, I think, to my parents and see what my mum thinks. Maybe we can sort of do a few easy, like take it in at the sides maybe, or we'll see what we can do with it. But I couldn't resist it because I just love a check at this time of the year. I find it so cozy. I'm going to talk about what's behind me because you can see a little corner of it. And I have another one here. So I was actually looking at these pillowcases on H&M's website, H&M Home, and I think that they're around, £10 to buy new. And one day when I was going, I was along Leith Walk again for some shopping. I think I went out to buy bread or something, and I popped into the charity shop that I got. If you watched the last video, I'll link it here if I remember. I got the huge big Edinburgh map that I've actually hung up on the wall, so maybe after this I'll quickly show you where a few of the pieces that I bought last time have kind of gone in my flat. But anyway, I got this cushion from that same shop, and I'll pop the name on the screen because I can't remember which charity shop it was. And I just was browsing around, I was looking at their bits and bobs. I'm really looking for a teapot at the moment with a nice strainer, so that's kind of what I was keeping my eye open for. And then I spotted these, and they were kind of on a shelf, a very low down shelf, so I almost missed them, and it caught my eye as I was walking out the shop, and I was like, oh, they look familiar. So I had a look at them, and as soon as I saw them and touched them, I was convinced that these were the same cushions that I have as the pink ones from H&M Home, and that in fact that these were the exact ones I was looking at to buy. Sure enough, when I unzipped it and looked for the tag, it was from H&M Home, and they were £2 each. And when you buy them from the shop, you only get the cushion cover, and you have to buy the sort of innard, the cushion itself, separately. So these actually came with the cushion cover and the cushion, and it was so easy to wash, so I'm really, really pleased with this buy. And I think that these would work for spring and summer as well, because they probably are a little bit more summery colours rather than wintry colours, and maybe that's why someone's handed them in. But they looked in really good condition, and I'm just so pleased with them. So that was one of my homeware purchases for September. And what should I show you next? Again, if you watched the last video, you'll know that at the moment I'm very much into buying art from charity shops. I love looking at picture frames, original art, really nice prints, and I have 3 to show you from September. The first one is the last thing I bought actually, and it's this lovely piece of Notre Dame in Paris. And I actually went to Paris when I was, I think maybe 18. I think I went to Paris, and I feel like when you're that age you never pick the right souvenirs. So I do still have the things I bought when I went, but I would probably buy different things now, and this just really brought me back to visiting Notre Dame and walking along, I think, is it the Seine? Is this called the Seine? But I just really loved this piece of art. I think it's lovely, and yeah, I don't know what to say about it actually, other than I really, really like it. I can't tell I think it's just a very good print. I've been looking at this on and off for a while, but I think it might just be a very good print. It is signed at the bottom, but I don't know who this artist is. I have tried to Google, but I can't really tell. Is that showing up? Yeah, so it kind of looks like pencil or charcoal with a little bit of watercolour to me, and then it's signed in pencil. So yeah, that's, oh, I got this one from, what's the name? Oh, St Columba's Hospice charity shop on Leith Walk as well, because that's where I like to buy my eggs. Very good eggs if you live in and around the area. Would highly recommend. They actually sell them too in their Cannon Mills shop, I think. And yeah, they're just really nice eggs, especially for fried egg, dippy egg maybe. There's a tangent, but it's a recommendation. So yeah, I got this one, and I did pay a little bit more for this one. I think I paid £5 for it, but it really has a perfect place. I'll show you in a cutaway where I've put it. And yeah, I'm very, very pleased with it. And the other two that I got, I was very excited about. I got these in a Kirkcaldy charity shop, which is in Fife, if you don't know. I think this one was PDSA, and they definitely came together. I think it's the same person that handed them in, because they're by the same artist, and yeah, they definitely a similar style, but they were on different shelves in the shop. So the first one that I saw was this lovely little squirrel. Isn't he sweet? To me it's a little red squirrel because he has the little fluffy pointy ears and the big bushy tail, and he looks quite small, and I have seen a few red squirrels in my life. They're not so, if you're not from Scotland, red squirrels tend to be a little bit more north of Scotland, in Scotland, so you don't really see them in Edinburgh as far as I know. I've never seen one anyway. We have plenty of grey squirrels, which are bigger, and I believe not native. to the UK. I don't know the whole story though. Anyway, whereas red squirrels they're trying to reintroduce because they were the more dominant squirrel in Scotland and the UK, I think, before the grey ones came along. And it's by Roger Lee, and this definitely is a print, and he did sign it, but it is like a print of his signature. Then, just as I was taking Little Squirrel to the checkout, I looked up and spotted this owl. Hopefully that's showing up and there's not too much reflection. But yeah, I spotted this beautiful owl, and this is actually a limited edition, so I've got number 115 of 250, and he's just so sweet. Oh, I really love owl. Like, I like squirrely, but I think the owl is maybe my favourite. And this again is a print, and his signature is a print, but then he's signed it in pencil in 1981. So I think that is just, I don't know if that's showing up, hopefully it is. That's just really very special. I just realised that this picture frame is a little scratched. But anyway, yeah, I really like my owl. There we go. So those are the three sort of pieces of art that I've added to the home. I think everything else I showed you in the last video, so I think that's all. So yeah, I think we're coming to the end. I think I only have one more thing to show you, and usually I save my favourite to the last, but I don't think I have this time. This one I'm very happy with, and I'm glad that I bought it, but oops, gosh. I don't think that this would be my favourite purchase of the month, but I'm really glad that I did find it. I'm trying to remember how much this was. I think it might have been just £1. For a big hardback like this is a good price in my opinion. I also got this from the, I keep forgetting the name, St Columba's Hospice charity shop on Leith Walk. And it's Scottish Wildflowers, and it's by Mary McMurtry. Hopefully I'm saying that okay. And what I really liked about this book is, obviously I love wildflowers. I like going on walks and trying to spot them. But I have a few different wildflower books, and it can be a little bit hard to find certain flowers in the book if you don't know the terms to look for them. But this one is colour coded, so that would be the pink section. Then it goes into the light pink section and the purple. Ooh, and the whites. I'm just going to show you the inside of it really quickly. So this is, when you open the book, this is what's inside. And I just think that that is lovely. I would actually frame this. To me it looks like wallpaper. I don't know, hopefully that's showing up okay. And oops. Then we go into another beautiful illustration. Not doing a very good job here. Yeah, and as I said, it's just colour coded. I might do a cutaway and show you more clearly what I mean about the colours. But I think it'd be really easy, for example, if I spotted like if I didn't know what a buttercup was, I could look in the yellow section and I would find a buttercup. See, there's all different types of buttercups here. And then I could look and find which one I've seen and look it up on this side. Anyway, if I have forgotten anything, then I'll just add it to next month's charity shop haul, and if I don't buy enough this month in October, then I'll do a combined one with November or something like that. But yeah, that's the end of the video. No! Wait. Completely forgot the last, oh golly, I'm so silly. It's because it's not here that I've almost forgot about it, but I teased you with the freebie at the beginning of this video, and I haven't even shared what that freebie is. So I don't know if other cities in the world do this, probably they do, but in Edinburgh we have different Facebook groups that are called, for example, I live in the Leith area, so we have the Broughton and Leith Share group on Facebook, and I say we, I didn't start this group, I just joined it, and they show you. So basically what happens in Edinburgh is a lot of the time people, if they don't want stuff and they don't give it to a charity shop, they just put it out on the street and anyone is free to take it. So sometimes you can get chest of drawers, You can get, I've seen DVDs and boxes that people laid outside, lamps, anything you can think of. So I'm usually too late to to get these things, because when they post about it on the group, if somebody wants it, they run there and they get it and take it home and it becomes theirs. And I think if they don't get picked up, then maybe the council takes them away to throw them away. I think that's maybe what happens. I'm not sure. So when I was walking back home a while ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I passed by the stack of chairs. I'll move over a bit to insert a photo. The stack of chairs, and there was just something about the design of them that I really, really liked. I just thought that they were quite stylish in their own way. They definitely needed a good scrub up, but yeah, I thought I really liked the look of them. So I carried them home, which was interesting because there was 4 of them, as you can see from the picture, and they're all made from metal, so they're not very light and they're a very awkward shape. But anyway, managed to get them home. I popped them in the back garden, and then because it was quite a nice day, I sponged them all down, and they needed several washes because I don't really know if they've been kept in a shed maybe, and just the accumulation of dust on them. Yeah, so I cleaned them all up, and then when I was cleaning or having a look at them, I noticed that there was a little label and it said Emu Italy, like EMU Italy. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Whenever you find something in a charity shop or secondhand, I always find it quite interesting if it's got a label that you've not heard of, and then you can look it up and see what it, you know, hang on. Ooh. Like what does the brand sell and how much. So I'm just gonna have a quick look now because I don't want to give you the wrong data. Okay, so I think I was taking too long to look for the chairs online. When I looked up, it stopped recording, so it gave me an absolute fright of my life. I thought that the whole video hadn't recorded, but I think we're good. Hopefully there isn't a missing chunk anywhere, but I finally found them. They're called the Emu Rio Garden Armchair. So, but it does say you can use it indoors or outdoors, and on this particular site, to buy them new is €202 per chair. My goodness, I can't imagine spending like that much money on a garden chair. But I'm very happy to get my little vintage set of 4. They definitely could do with a repaint because whoever's had them hasn't stored them great, and the paint is a little bit faded, and it's also like a little bit crackled at some point with a little bit of rust here and there. But you know what, I'm very pleased to have them because I don't have a whole lot of seating in my living room. I have my sofa, and I have the one chair that sits at the window, so if I'm having people over, I think that those chairs, if I was just to pop some cushions on them, would be, you know, a perfect stand-in for that. And then in the warmer months I could take them outside and actually use them as garden chairs. So yeah, that's my freebie, my free find, which I'm very pleased with, and I'm so glad that I remembered to mention it before I finish the video. Anyway, since the camera has already cut off once, I better just wrap up this video and say thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far, and if you do enjoy secondhand shopping, please let me know what you found this month in the comments, or maybe your favourite ever secondhand purchase that you still treasure. I'd be very nosy and interested to learn it. So yeah, I hope that you're all safe and well wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!